Hello YouTube, welcome back. It has been a little while. Fair few developments in my life, so it's time to make a video. Where should I begin? So I've decided to move into the classic physique division next year when I compete. I'm currently now third week into my cruise. This is where you bring your anabolics down to almost natural levels is the goal, to let your body get healthy, to recover, to then bring them up again. Okay, I'm now 111 kilograms this morning. I had a kilogram drop this week. During this period, the goal is to have around a 6-week cruise. Okay, during this period, I want to keep as good condition as possible. So food came down from 5,500 calories down to 4,800 calories on the training day. This is just to keep as tight as possible over this cruise period so that when the cruise finishes, my food will come up and also my anabolics will come up as well. And we'll go into a push phase into next year. Competing in classic physique next year means I have a lot of muscle tissue to build, especially in the lower half. You know, my quads are okay, but my hamstrings really need to come up. So my new workout split is this: push, pull, rest. Legs, rest, then upper body and calves. That's full upper body day. And then the next day is triceps and hamstrings, rest. On that triceps and hamstring day, I will have a hip hinge, it's a Romanian deadlift. So it's a fairly specific plan. Areas that I need to bring up are my arms and hamstrings. So that last day, that triceps and hamstrings, will be hammering those. I'm also hammering my arms on the push, pull and upper day as well. So it's a good amount of volume there. So plan is for the coming months, I will most likely be competing late next year to allow me to put on as much muscle tissue as I need to be competitive in the classic physique division. The plan will be, my coach says, wants me about 40 to 50 pounds up from where I am now. So I'll probably be pushing around the 125, 130 kilogram body weight mark by the end of this off season. And that's what I need to get to pack on the amount of muscle that I need. So why did I choose to go to classic physique and come away from men's physique? Firstly, I love the classic physique division. To me, that's the ultimate division. The physiques I look at there are the physiques that I want to look like, and I'm passionate about the posing, and I find it very exciting hitting those poses. Men's physique division is cool. I love doing it. It's great. The aesthetic of it is great, but I think with my physique and how it is growing, the classic physique is where I will be landing. I also love growing my legs. I want big, thick, dense legs. And you know, when you're doing men's physique, the motivation to bring your legs up isn't as big because you don't get judged on them. As much as I love training them, when you know they're not being judged, you know, this can sometimes come into play with motivation, especially at the back end of prep. So secondly, I measured 193 centimeters height in Alicante. The show before that, 192. So I'm somewhere between two height categories. Now, if I was 193 centimeters, bearing in mind I've measured in different there twice, so you know it's a bit difficult to know my weight cap, so I'll have to double check. Say if I was 193 centimeters in height, that would mean my weight cap is 111 kg stage weight. Okay, the last time I was on stage, I was around 97, 98 kg. I sucked down to 95 kilograms. So sucked down weight, I have 15 kilograms of stage weight tissue. You know, that's when I was sucked down, because obviously, you know, you can then fill up afterwards. So yeah, there's a massive room for growth, and I'm not going to hit my weight cap anytime soon. And I would like to think that I would turn pro before I hit that, have to build, you know, somewhere between 12 to 15 kilograms of stage weight. You know, even 5 kilograms of stage weight, it will be a massive noticeable difference. So anyway, not talking about turning pro, that's running before I can walk. I haven't even competed in the classic physique division yet, but obviously that is the long-term goal eventually in years to come. Firstly, I need to step on stage in the classic physique division, which will be next season. And then firstly, even before that, I need to focus on putting as much fucking muscle tissue on my frame as possible. I need to grow everywhere. You know, I need to grow absolutely everywhere. You know, being somewhere on the later side of 6'3", 6'4", whatever, depends on how I measure. I don't know whether it's 192, 193. Anyways, it means I have to fill out that frame. You know, it takes longer, but once I've done it, I think it'll be a very impressive package, but got to get there first. So lots of work to do, lots of food to consume. You know, I'm conducting this off season now, just as I was my prep. I'm still just as focused. I'm just essentially changing the goal. My lifestyle does not change. So yeah, happy days. That's the update. What I'm going to do now is I'll try and film a YouTube video on every one of my sessions of the week. Today is leg day, so I'm going to run through my leg day. This is a quad dominant day. Slightly different setup to what I'm used to. I've got a new coach, so they've given me a new setup. But I loved it. I did it last week. Absolutely loved it. Every exercise felt amazing. I had to do some load adjustments just to, you know, there's a different exercise order, but yeah, I'll run you through my leg day and what I'm going to be doing over the coming off season to bring up my legs. This is quad focus. Obviously my hamstring day will be at the end of the week. I'll also run you through that at some point. Thank you for sticking around. I know I haven't uploaded in a while. That's just down to my, you know, procrastination is the only excuse, and it isn't an excuse. So I'd like to keep these regular now, at least once a week, even if they're just a short run through of my session. So stay tuned, thank you, and let's get to it. All right then, leg day, quad focus leg day. This is, so the order of exercises is adductor, as I'm in here, seated ham curl, leg extension, pivot leg press, then a hack squat, Bulgarian split squats, then the calf raise. So this is an order. Essentially, I used to do the hack squat, the second exercise in. I was having a few knee issues there, just where I was loading it so heavy. Just where I was fairly strong on that exercise. And I was getting mad back pumps as well for the rest of the session, which inhibited the rest of my exercises. So the way that this workout has been, the way that this workout, the exercise selection, it allows me to all my joints to get warmed up, put a lot of efforts and intensity into these earlier sets, and then finish off with a hack. Obviously it's going to be a bit lighter, but I'll still put just as much tension on the quad. I've taken a load drop on a fair amount of these exercises just to really prioritize accuracy, a very slow tempo, getting the most out of the movements, making them as hard as possible without having to load up the weight and therefore causing knee injuries and massive amounts of fatigue. At the moment I actually have I have a rest day either side of leg day, so I'm feeling pretty fresh. So let's get to it. This is my second rotation on this leg day, so I don't want to be sitting around chatting too much. I do just want to crack on with it, so I won't be too much talking, but I'll run you through all my exercises and show you my top sets. With this exercise, I want to have a second or two in the stretch when my legs are open, and a second in the contraction in the middle, and that's what I'm going to be aiming for, and keep consistent no matter how hard the set gets. So hamstring curl, seated hamstring curl here, it's the prime one. So as I come back, I want to be holding it at the back here for a second. Big squeeze in the contraction, nice slow negative, 3-4 second on the negative. Big stretch at the top, pull back and then contract for a second. So let's get it done. 1, Another thing is your foot alignment. I want from my hips to my knees to my feet to be a straight line with feet pointing up. Okay, it's the same with the leg extension. I was having a few knee injuries, a few knee niggles actually, and when I was having a look at, I had a couple of people have a look at my leg extension, my hips to my knees were out like this, and it meant it was putting a lot of pressure on my knee joint. So yeah, if you're in a hamstring curl, or mainly in your leg extension, make sure that your hips to your knees to your feet is in a straight line. All right, so logbook 95, need to get 10. Right, prime leg extension here. So this is actually a rest pause set. So I essentially take my set to failure, wait 20 seconds, and then go again until failure, and that is it for that. And then we'll move on to the big stuff, the pivot leg press and the hack. Let's go again. All right, pivot leg press. Time for some fun. First compound. So last week did 340 for, how much was it? This is where I get injured. 340 for 12. Okay, rep range 10 to 12. So I'm gonna go for 350 this week, see how I get on with that. Oh. Fuck. Very happy happy to still be hitting PBs on this cruise. I feel like my legs will actually continue to grow through this cruise period because my training intensity is at its highest at the moment with new training split and whatnot. So yeah, I'd like to see some leg growth even through the cruise. All right, hack squat. As you can see, no crazy weight here, 4 plates aside. Idea of this is feet as low as I can possibly get them on the platform. For more knee flexion, target the quad. Nice and slow on the descent. Pause in the bottom, explode out. So 5th exercise in, I'm not expecting any crazy strength here. It's more as how much tension can I put on the quad. So yeah, let's do it. Get some slip knot on for the top set. Alright, Bulgarian split squats, my least favourite movement of all time. I haven't quite mastered it yet either, so just making some adjustments along the way, film it, send it to my coach, back and forth until we get it nailed. Balance is a bit off, so hopefully some improvements will be made this week. Oh, this is the worst one. After this is calf raise, so basically nothing.